So I sort of talked about this on the podcast, and I do think, and it's one of those things where I've always said if I could, I would put a bunch of black people in to one, and we just have a talk about man laws and like trying to redefine manhood, like make man laws, like make unwritten rules, written rules, so like we could be on code. My whole thing is about black people being on code. Also, one of the conversations we need to have, and I don't know if a lot of people agree with it, but they are our people, is straight black men and gay black men need to have a conversation. Um, in my opinion, I wouldn't say it's like a civil war. I'm not saying it's like a civil war. It's more or less like a unspoken beef, and that's because of how people define manhood. So, in my opinion, yes, I've always said this. Yeah, there, of course, there are people that got beaten up or got made fun of because they're gay, and now it's funny because like now the in my opinion, some not all of them, but there are some gays that, especially, I feel like when they get a little power, they start fucking with straight people and they become the bullies. And now it's to a point where it's just like, uh, a lot of straight people think that gay people are the bullies, and then I've seen people where it say straight gay people think that straight black men, gay black men, there's straight black men. There's like I remember there was like we was called the white men of the black community or some shit like that, which I don't know what the fuck it meant. Tell you the truth, I still don't. I remember someone saying that, but I've been gonna. But there's honestly, like I said, it's not like a civil war, but it's an underlying beef because is I think to me it's based all on manhood. Now I live in DC, DMV area mostly. If one thing we tell people about people in DC, and I'm pretty sure there's like this in everywhere, but especially in DC, uh, gay, they have gay gangs over here. I think they're called the Checkets, and motherfuckers will real fight. Them niggas will fight, and they defend themselves, and which to me is cool because it's just like you're taking care of one of your own. And as far as that concerned, when people fuck with you because you're gay, and I think that's totally wrong if you one of those people that do that. You ever just beat up a gay nigga because he gay? That's weird. I never, my interactions with gay people, black or white, but um, first gay friend, I honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I never had no soul beef with, you know, people in the LGBT community. Me personally. But I'm not gonna recollect to see that. Oh, it's like I'm not gonna be one of those people who's like, oh, gay people, when gay people talking about niggas been bullied all their life for being gay. I'm not gonna be the one niggas like that's not true. That's not true. I knew a couple people that shit. When I was in high school, I knew a gay dude that got beaten up because he was gay. So yeah, it's just like straight black men aren't aware of it, but at the same time, I've always said this. It's just like the same, and I tell gay people this. I think, and this is my personal opinion. It's like you say. That's like you're gonna get tried for your manhood whether you're straight or gay. But I feel like if you're gay, you're an easier target. Cause if niggas think you soft, if niggas think you fool, them niggas gonna try to fuck with you. Like, oh, they'll try to make you look like a bitch in front of everybody. That's how most people do. That's why, even if you're like for straight, that's why we fight all the fucking time. Because at one point it's just like, yo, I'm not, as a man, and I say this, as a man, you have to sometimes you gotta fight for your manhood. And this, I don't know if women will ever understand it because it's just like, because it's like, it's always about your manhood and all that other stuff. And then I feel like women won't understand this because they're women. And it's just like, yes, we niggas gotta fight for their manhood. You don't ever understand, like, if, I would say this, women won't understand until they're in the middle of it for no fucking reason. Like, let's say you walking down the street with your girl, and a random nigga, smack your girl in your ass, and this nigga is with two, three other people. You don't know that nigga holding. You don't nigga that got a weapon and all that other stuff. But that nigga, he just bitched you in front of your girl, and your girl's looking at you like, "Are you gonna do something?" And you don't want to fight, but you kind of have to because not only you disrespected your girl, you disrespected me. So even though you're outnumbered, you gotta go heads up. That's how most niggas is like, yeah, I'm gonna get my ass beat, but I'm not gonna look like no bitch. Now, if all of a sudden you run the fair one, you run the fair one. But I've seen niggas get jumped because you smack my girl. Hey, bruh. Hey, yo, you don't disrespect my girl like that. And then niggas get to fighting. That's not literally fighting over a bitch or women. I'm sorry, ladies. That's not literally fighting over the women, but it's more or less, okay, your manhood is on, like, that nigga just literally challenged your manhood. It's like, what you gonna do? And, like, if you go no, you gonna look like a bitch not only in front of them niggas, but you gonna look like a bitch in front of your girl. And you're gonna go home to that girl, and she gonna look at you funny. And and Lord knows, don't get knocked out in front of your woman. Do not get knocked out in front of your woman. Like a clean knockout. Do not get cold cock knocked out. If you're gonna at least lose a fight, don't get knocked out. Because you're gonna be looking like a bitch in front of you. Because you also gonna be looking like a bitch in front of your girl. It's just, especially when you get to an argument. It's like, what the fuck you gonna do? You can't fight, nigga. Seeing your ass get knocked out like a little bitch. And women will try that. Like, women will also try your manhood, and that shit hurt too. Cause it's just like, damn. Like, this is why I tell people women are evil. I've always said this, women are evil. Because the way they use shit and the way men use shit is like, the way women are petty is way different than the way men are petty. Sometimes we're just petty just to be funny or just to be joking or some shit like that. Sometimes it's like, but the way women be petty, it's like out of spite. It's really out of spite. But I've always said it's like, whether you're straight, like, your manhood will be tested. So if one thing about being, especially in the neighborhoods and all that other stuff, if niggas think you soft, they coming at you. So you have to fight. And I'm telling this to every brother. It's like, whether old or young, one of these days, you're going to have to fight. Whether you win or lose that battle, some niggas will give you the respect that you have fight. Because even gang members is just like, that nigga got hard. Nigga took an ass whipping. Like if one thing about a gang member is, like, if you take an ass whipping like a man or some shit like that, and you just eat them shits, or you just like, okay, I took the L. It's like niggas, like a one-on-one, niggas squabbed it out and they shook it up. Hey, they fought like men. And they fought like men. They went about their business. It's like, men are simple. It's just like, you got beef. If I don't like you, you don't like you. If I don't like you, you don't like me. And if it's to the point where we gotta throw hands, we'll throw hands. And then afterwards, we'll dap it up. We gotta dap it up, or it's just like, all right, just keep your name out. Just keep your name out. Just keep my name out your mouth, and vice versa. And the nigga be like, all right. Or sometimes, them niggas become the best of friends. That's how men are. We fight, and then it's just like, hey, yo, let me get you a drink. You want a beer? You want something? And then, that's how men are. It's just like, that's why I tell people, it's like, one of my sayings is, when two men fight, it's usually the end. But when two women fight, that's usually the beginning. Because that shit is squashed after that. Like, look at, and I'm dating myself, right? I'm aging myself for this. But anybody remember Making a Band 2 with Freddie P and Ness? They got into a fight. And then afterwards, they got into like 3 fights. And then afterwards, those 3 fights is just like, are we done? Are we done? Can we make music? That's what we doing. And them niggas made music after that. After that shit was just squabble. That's how men are. It's just like, hey, yo, that nigga got enough heart to motherfucking square up with you and some shit like that. But that's why men's rules are so simple. We get each other. So it's just like, oh, especially like the unwritten, like one of the most unwritten laws is like, you say something disrespectful, oh no, you niggas gotta run that fade. If you bring, like, especially if you bring family into the fucking criteria when it's just y'all two, and it's like, fuck your, and niggas go like, fuck your mama a hoe, or you a bitch, or like, or say something about their kids or some shit like that. And niggas is just like, oh no, you gotta run that fade. We gotta, oh no, you gotta run that shit, my nigga. And then niggas, and everybody, and like men, we're all understanding. Oh, that nigga said something about your daughter? Oh yeah, nah, my nigga, go out there, you gotta run that fade, my nigga. Oh, no, you was running your mouth, you go out there and run your, if you don't run the fade with him, you gonna run that fade with me, so I had to choose it. That's how men are. Because if you want to say some shit like that at your mouth, oh no, you gonna have to back it up. If you gonna tell a nigga you gonna fuck them up, you better go out there and tell them you gonna fuck them up. So that's why niggas is like, to me, I'm a lover, not a fighter, but I will fight if I have to. And there are times where I like, even like as men, it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna have to fight this nigga. You know, like, we all know a nigga that is just like, I gotta stay away from him, because if it keeps going and we keep having these types of confrontations, I might have to fight this nigga. And you know, it's just like, yo, or we gotta talk. Yo, my nigga, you got a problem with me? You know, that's how niggas confront. We confront each other. Hey, my nigga, it's like either in front of people, or you know, we talk to the side. Hey, yo, can I holler at you? Yo, you got a problem? I was something that said you got a problem. It was like, you gonna be out like, nah, I ain't got no problem with you. It's just like, what you been hearing? Or, hell yeah, I got a problem with you. You know, it's squatting. So either we can talk it out, or we can squab it out. That's the unwritten rules, man. Now, I would say this. I don't have no problems with LGBT. It's like, I have, especially, since I've gotten older, it's like, the more gay people I've seen, the more I've been cool with. And it's just like, gay, like, whether you're gay, straight or not, if you just a cool ass motherfucker, you a cool ass motherfucker. And that's really where it is. It's just like, and even with gay people, we don't really start drumming with gay people. As you're older, I can see, and one thing I would say this about gay people, if you got beat the fuck up in high school, you're holding that shit. That's like your PTSD. So you don't really trust a lot of straight people when niggas just like, oh, I like you, let's be friends. I've seen that. It's just like, because y'all hold a lot of trauma with, and I'm not talking to anybody specifically if y'all hearing this, but I've seen a lot of people, they hold a lot of trauma from their high school, especially like if niggas was fighting, it's like, oh, I had to fight this nigga because this nigga kept fucking with me and all that other stuff. And now, once you older, it's just like, yeah, I was a dumbass when I was, and like, I'm not saying this happens to all the gay people, but most of the gay people I know, they hold on to that trauma. And then you come to figure out, the nigga that was fucking with you, he was probably down low and just really liked you, but you know, he didn't know how to fucking express himself, or you know, he lived in a hypermasculine, cause yes, we do got them fathers, you know, they don't want no gay, they don't want their son to be gay. You know, like, some people are acceptable now, but it's just like, you know, your father's like, your father found out you gay, you like outcasted or some shit like that. I mean, and like, nobody wants to be outcasted by their father or their parents. I understand that. I tell people, it's like, fuck with people that fuck with you. I know how hard it is to get disowned. It's never happened to me, but I'm pretty sure getting disowned by your family because your sexual orientation is really, really, really fucked up. Like, that's really, really, really fucked up if you ask me. Like, the nigga shouldn't disown you because you're gay. But I know some people that go through that. It's like, they call their son, like, all types of racial slurs, especially if you want to be trans, or you want to be, it's like, you not my son. Or, you know, if you trans and, you know, niggas they still calling you by your dead name and all that other stuff. It's just, that's why I said we need to have this conversation. But I would say this, because it seems like I feel like it's got to be on both sides. And even me and my homeboy Xavier talked about it. He was just like, you gotta have. Do you need a moderator in there? And like we both talked about it. If you gotta have someone that's balanced on both sides, whether they are gay or straight. You gotta have someone that's balanced. Like you can see the bullshit that gay people do, and you can see the bullshit that straight people do. Now black people, like I said, we got our shit to do with. And I tell people all the time, it's just like I don't think we're the most homophobic. We have our homophobic ways. I am not denying that. Do black men have their homophobic ways? Oh, absolutely. Do I think we're the most homophobic? No, I don't. If you ever hear the Spanish community, don't be gay. Like I tell people, you think we're bad? Try being gay in the Latin community. Try being gay in the fucking Asian community. Muslims, them niggas will probably kill you if they find out you're fucking gay. It's like I've been here. Like I've heard stories. It was like niggas like really killing motherfuckers. And like I don't know if Russians is like, because they're trying to be the manly men. They don't want no fucking feminine ass. Some people don't want that feminine ass traits in on it. So the conversation needs to be had. And the first thing is like, how are we defining manhood? How do we define the manhood? It's one of the things and that's the first thing I will always, like in general. That's a general statement for all black men. If we ever, first thing I'm saying, how are we defining manhood, and what are the codes, and like this is, and what are the rules are we going to establish with each other that everybody can agree on, and that we can stay on code? Because if black people have to be on code, we're gonna have some rules established to us. And look, I'm not saying like everybody got to be a straight lace suit and tie nigga, or like everybody got to follow this one way of logical thinking. You could be yourself, but if we like, you see a brother in need, like you help the brother out. It's one of those things. It's just like one of those things. It's like, hey man, look, you like, you my bro, you need help. And we got businesses to help you in, we got you. Let's not see black people struggle. Like, let's not have an individual let's have this individualism that a lot of people have. How you feel about interracial dating? Because because I think a lot of gay, I've seen this a lot. Like, you got your Don Lemons, you got your Billy Porters. I think Billy Porter's married to a white man. You see where a lot of gay black men are just marrying white men. So I don't know. So it's one of those things where I don't know. But I feel like that's a conversation gay black men have to have and some shit like that. It's like you over there marrying gay white zaddy or some shit like that. Is that a problem? Love who you want to love, but it's one of those things where it's just like, hey, it's a thing. If you like white zaddy, you like white zaddy or some shit like that. But like, what are we going to do? And the one thing I said before we even get to have a conversation with black women, and I do mean this, before we need to have the conversation with black women, we need to have a conversation with ourselves as men, because at the end of the day, we are men. If you are trans, if you want to call yourself a woman, I have no say in that. But my thing is, if you consider yourself as man, we're going to handle this shit as men. That's where I'm living at. If you want to call yourself a man, or whether you're gay or straight or non-binary or what, I don't know if non-binary really counts, but you know what the fuck I mean. Whatever the fuck ground you come from, if you want to have this conversation as men, we're going to sit here. But just remember, we are men. The shit at the lowest common denominator. You say some disrespect, it will go down. And I don't mind having this conversation with people. I tell people all the time, I don't mind having this. In fact, I encourage it. Because I feel like once we get our shit, as far as like, we get these man laws, black man laws, or, as because niggas is always gonna beef, but we gonna get to a point where if we can settle beefs or settle ties or sever ties or what, just keep your name out, just keep my name out your mouth and vice versa. Even if we get to that point, like that's good. So what do you guys think? I'm not I'm not like this is not a pandering, but this to me this is a common. This is not me pandering to LGBT community, but this is my how can I say this message to unite straight black men and gay black men, because like I said, we got some underlying beefs that we need to settle if I feel like we're gonna make this culture the way it is. And that's all I gotta say about that. Let me know what you guys think. Tune in. My name is Oskino Fly, and I'm out. Peace.